In last video of skewness, we have discussed how to calculate Karl Pearson's value of skewness in a case of discrete series. In today's video, we will discuss how to calculate Karl Pearson skewness value in a case of continuous series over there. We are having three types of the series over there. One is individual series, second one is discrete series, and third one is continuous series. The continuous series may be in two forms. It may be having in a class interval, may be having less than series, maybe it may be having more than series, or maybe it may be having mid value series is over there. So in today's video we will learn how to calculate Karl Pearson coefficient of skewness in a case of continuous series. So I am having true problem of the continuous series and we will solve the Karl Pearson's skewness problem here. So the class interval is given x 70 to 80, 80 to 90, 90 to 100, 100 to 110, 110 to 120, 120 to 130, and 130 to 140, and last one for 140 to 150. For that we require mid value. Already we are writing 85, 95, 105, 115, 125, 135, 145. Frequency is given, that is 12, 18, then 35, then 42, then 50, then 45, then 20, and then 8. So we have to calculate the Karl Pearson coefficient of skewness here. The class interval is given 70 to 80, 80 to 90, 90 to 100, 100 to 110, 110 to 120, and the frequency is there here. So seeing the frequency, we will say our model value is this. Mid value we have calculate for this, just for help for calculating arithmetic mean or standard deviation. Later we will discuss. Here if we will say if we will observe the frequency, this is highest frequency and the concentration of the frequency is also higher in this area. So our model value will be lies between, our Z value will be lying 110 to 120. So this will our F1, this will our F0, this will our F2. So the very first we will calculate the value of Z. Z is equal to L1 plus F1 minus F0 upon 2 F1 minus F0 minus F2 multiplied by I. So lower limit is 110. Frequency of model class is 50. Pre-frequency of model class is 42. 2 multiplied by 50 minus 42 minus 45 multiplied by 10. So that is 110 plus 8 upon 100 minus 87 multiplied by 10. So 110 plus 80 divided by 13. Divided by 13 plus 110, 116.15. So that is 116.15. So the very first value we have calculated, that is the value of Z, is 116.15. Okay. For getting this, the very first we have calculated the value of model value. Model value is 116.15. Now we want arithmetic mean. Okay. Now arithmetic mean is required. We are having shortcut formula for that. Assume mean method we can use, or we can having the direct method also, but we are using here assume mean formula we can use here. Suppose I am taking assume mean as a 115. Assume mean. So dx is equal to x minus assume mean. So 75 minus 115, that is minus 40. 85 minus 115 minus 30. 95 minus 20. 105 minus 10. 0, this may be plus 10, this may be plus 20, this may be plus 30. Now we require FDX. It means addition, multiplication of 12 multiply 40. 12 multiply 40 minus value 480. 18 multiply 30, 18 multiply 30, that is minus value 540. 35 multiply 20, the minus value is 700. 420, 42 multiply 10, the value is minus 420. 45 multiply 10, the value is 450 plus. 20 multiply 20, plus value is 400. 8 multiply 30, the plus value is 240. So the addition of this is minus 1050. For that we require the addition of this also, 12 plus 18 plus 35 plus 42 plus 50 plus 45 plus 20 plus 8, 230. So the value of f is 230 and this is 1050. Okay. Now we require fd square x, multiply this also this, because fdx multiplied by dx will be converted to fd square x. So multiply 40 to 480. 40, 480, 19200. 30 multiply 540. 30 multiply 540, that is 16200. 20 multiply 700. 20 multiply 700, 14,000. 4200. 4500. 8,000. 240 multiply 30, 7,200. So the addition of all these 73300. Okay. Now x bar, calculation of x bar is assume mean plus sigma f dx upon sigma f. So the value of x bar, assume mean is 115 plus minus 1050 divided by 230. Then 1050 divided by 230 minus value and 115 is plus value. So result is 1110.43. 1110.43. So the value of x is equal to 1110.43. Standard deviation, sigma fd square x upon sigma f minus sigma f dx upon sigma f raised to power 2. So value of standard deviation 73300 upon 230 minus 1050 upon 230 raised to power 2. So the calculation of standard deviation, 73300 divided 230, so plus value is 318.69. 318.69. 1050 divided 230 square minus 20.841. So the value of standard deviation 17.25. So standard deviation value is calculated 17.25. So what we have done, we use step deviation method, we have used deviation method. Taking assume mean, we have calculated value of dx, and fdx and fd square x, we have calculated the value of x bar, that is assume mean plus sigma fdx upon sigma f. Then we calculated sigma fd square upon sigma f minus sigma fdx upon sigma f raised to power 2. With the help of this, we have calculated the value of standard deviation. Now we have to calculate the Karl-Pearson coefficient of skewness. For getting this Karl-Pearson coefficient of skewness, very first we calculate skewness. Skewness is x bar minus z, that is 110.43 minus 116.15. So the value of skewness will be in negative form. 110.43 minus 116.15, so minus 5.72. Coefficient of skewness, that is x bar minus z upon standard deviation, minus 5.72 divided by 17.25. Minus 0.3316, minus 0.3316. So with the help of this, we have calculated Karl-Pearson coefficient of skewness in a case of continuous series. So whether kind of the series is over there, in this nothing is too new. We have to calculate first model value, then we have to calculate value of arithmetic mean and standard deviation, and all three values putting in these two formula, the very easily we can calculate the Karl-Pearson coefficient of skewness is over there. So I think this is a sufficient. You can learn how to calculate Karl-Pearson coefficient here. I am having another one for questions from a continuous series. It may be help you to having a command on calculating Karl-Pearson coefficient of skewness in a case of continuous series. So I am having another one question where you will get an, if bimodal series is over there, what we are to do. So I am taking a question which have bimodal. It means that series may be having two models. So what we have to do, later we will discuss in this. Okay. So I am having class interval directly. I am having marks more than 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. More than 0 marks is given 150. Frequency is given 150, 140, 100, 80, then 80, then 70, 30, 14, and 0. This, with the help of this, we are to calculate Karl-Pearson coefficient of skewness. So very first we will make a class interval x 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50, 50 to 60, 60 to 70, 70 to 80, and last one 80 to 90. Okay. Mid value will require later, so I am already calculate mid value, that is 5, 15, 25, 35, 45, 55, 65, 75 and 85. Here marks more than 0 is 150 and more than 10 is 140. It means 0 to 10 there is a 10. So the frequency is 10. 150 minus 140 is 10. 140 minus 100, that is 40. 100 minus 80, that is 20. 80 minus 80, that is 0. 80 minus 70, that is 10. 70 minus 30, that is 40. 40 minus this is 16. 14 minus 0, that is 14. It means more than 80, 80 to 90 againly we are having 80 to 90 is 0 frequency. So we are having more than 80 is 0. More than 80 is 0, it means 80 to 90 is 0. So we not want to write here 80 to 90, do not want to write because the frequency is 0. So no use of this. So I am deleting this. Here we will say there is bimodal series 40 here also and here also. So we will not calculate mode here because in this we are having two types, two mode is over there. Sorry. So we will calculate median value here. For calculating median value, CF is required 10, 50, 70, againly 70, 80, 120, 136 and 150. So median value is size of n by 2th item value. So that is size of 150 by 2th item, that is 75th item. So very first 75th coming here. So median value is 40 to 50. So value of median, that is L1 plus I upon F n by 2 minus C. So the value of median is 40 plus I is F value is 45, n by 2 that is 75 minus pre-frequency that is 70. So the median value is 40 plus 10 multiplied by 5 divided by 45. 50 divided by 45 plus 40. 41.11. So the value of median may be we want sigma f. F is here. Here the f is 10. Okay. F is not 45. Value of f is 10. So the median value is 45. So very first we have calculated the value of median, that is 45. Againly we calculated median. So median value very easily, the very first we will having size of n by 2 item, taking the size 75 lies in CF. First we will say this is the model median group, this will be frequency and this will be pre-cumulative frequency. So with the help of this you can calculate the median value. Next, now we want arithmetic mean. For calculating arithmetic mean, suppose this is our group 45, our assume mean is 45, so dx is x minus assume mean. So minus 40, minus 30, minus 20, minus 10, plus 10, plus 20 and plus 30 is over there. We require f dx and f d square x, two value we require. So the very first 10 multiply 40, 400 minus value, 30 multiply 40 minus 1200, 20 multiply 20, 400 minus value, 0, this may be also 0, 40 multiply 10, 400 plus value, 16 multiply 20, 320 plus value, 30 multiply 14, 420 plus value. So the result is minus 860. Okay. Now f d square x is equal to f dx multiplied by dx. This is f dx multiplied by dx, f dx square x. 40 multiply 400, that is 16,000. 1200 multiply 30, 36,000. 400 multiply 20, 8,000. 400, 4,000. 320 multiply 20, 6400. 420 multiply 30, 12600. So the result will be 83000. So the very first we have calculated the value of median. Now x bar is equal to assume mean plus sigma f dx upon sigma f. Addition of frequency is 150. Already we have taken total frequency was 150. So assume mean was 45 plus minus 860 divided 150. $39.62. So value of x bar will be 39.3, 39.6, 39.26, 26. So x bar value is 39.3, we can write. Standard deviation sigma fd square x upon sigma f minus sigma f dx upon sigma f raised to power 2. So the standard deviation 83,000 upon 150 minus 860 upon 150 raised to power 2. 83,000 divided by 150, 553.33. 860 divided 150 multiply by 1, this 32.87. $22.81. Value of standard deviation is 22.81. So standard deviation is 22.81. So we have calculated all the three value. For getting the Karl-Pearson skewness, what we have done? We have firstly calculate value of x bar and then value of standard deviation. So already you know how to calculate these values. Next, skewness. Calculation of skewness. Skewness is 3x bar minus m. So 39.3 minus 45. So 39.3 minus 45. That is 17.1 minus 17.1. Coefficient of skewness, that is 3x bar minus m divided by standard deviation, that is 22. That is minus 17.1 upon 22.81. That is minus 0.749. So I think with the help of this, easily inputting the value of x bar and m and standard deviation, we are getting skewness 3x bar minus m. So putting the value of x bar and m, we are getting 17.1, that is value of skewness. And for the coefficient of skewness, the formula is 3x bar minus m divided by standard deviation. So in 17.1 we are dividing with the standard deviation, that is 22.81. So we are having there is a negative skewness is over there, that is minus 0.749. So I think with the help of this you can easily calculate the Karl-Pearson coefficient of skewness in a case of continuous ridge. I think this video will be helpful for you to calculate Karl-Pearson coefficient of skewness in a case of continuous ridge. Thank you.